Now, another thing about the wedding at Canaan is it's written in what century? The first, right? If Jesus was married, right? Is John writing people 2,000 years and saying he wasn't married? Or even 300 years later, Catholics? No. Yet he is a prophet like Moses. See, the problem is Moses was married too, right? You know what I mean? Right. Now, is he addressing a secret there? Or that Jesus put water in the pots and they gave it to the man, right? Governor. Mm-hmm. And he said to the bridegroom, that was the best line he ever did, is right. Now, thing is, he is your source, right? Governor, right? But he also did not know that it was water or wine. That's your problem. You know what I mean? Huh. But then in chapter 3, John says something of Jesus that connects it to chapter 2, right? He said, he that has the bride is the bridegroom. Whatever happened with the water, you know what I mean? Does it matter if Jesus was married or not? And when John wrote it, they knew if he was married or not. 300 years later, you Romans, especially Emperor Constantine, right, and the Orthodox Jews and Christians are taking a different approach, right? You're trying to undo some of the things the Apostle Paul said about him that don't make him a man, right? And according to Loish, from the prophet Hosea, to name a few, right? Now, how can you be low-ish, but also the Son of God? You're both? See, if you're both, male and female, you're also dying for the sins of the whole world, not 50-50. Yet, 3 sinned. Satan either possessed a serpent or had one on his body. That he used on both Adam and Eve, right, by the way. Or even Adam in reverse, right? Because she probably would pick a new tree once in a while, from day 6 to day 7, right? And ask Adam, okay, is this the one? We're not supposed to eat that right before she picked it, right? Why would she do that? She didn't really know. Nor would she know exactly where the tree in the middle of the garden was. Either there. Now, why do I think that happened, right? Because she seems to be kind of aloof of Adam, right? When she is around what tree is mentioned in the story? The fig tree, right? Okay. Now, when she approaches the tree, the location of the serpent, again in the story, isn't given, right? Is it in the tree, behind the tree? I mean, is it on the limb of a tree? Or is it walking towards the tree? Can it walk or not? That's called a gap. When a story is missing elements that would make it make sense, it's called a gap in the story, right? Then all you can do is say, what the hell is Moses even talking about? I don't know. You don't know, do you? You don't know, do you? You can admit that too if you don't know. If you don't know he was married or not, it's better to say, I'm not sure, or I don't know for sure. But he could have been, he might not have, we don't know. But here's another point. The woman caught in the act of adultery, right? Do they bring her to Jesus because they think she's his wife? Or they know she's his wife? I don't know. See, adultery is a woman with another man other than her husband. And he what? Forgave her. What, you don't want to forgive your wife? Is that what you mean? Is that why you say he wasn't married? That sounds selfish, right? That sounds satanic, unforgiving. That's why you say he wasn't married. The woman caught adultery, forgave, right? That means you're lying. Not Jesus, not Jesus. Jesus didn't say he was or wasn't married, nor did the writer of John, who is John, right? Well, we know he wrote Revelations and the letters. Peter too, right? Paul too. Those are identified as associated with Paul or James or Peter, Jude, or contemporaries of who? Jesus, right? And then John and John, right? 3 letters from John, and then those we know are real. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right? Why do we know these were contemporaries of Jesus, right? They say so. Right. Okay. Understand now? You are not a contemporary of Jesus. This is 2,000 years. I mean, we're not talking a snap, jump, and a here we are. We're talking about 2,000 Earth years from when he came to now, right? And it talks of a third day. Technically, we would have a few more 100 years before we even enter into it. But if you're trying to fulfill it now, by the way, Christians, right? And you do, you're still fulfilling certain passages, yes. But you're not understanding, in the third day I will raise you up. Now the millennial reign, right, is normally what day? What day was the sin on even? The 7th? The Sabbath? Right. Well, guess what comes after the 6th day, which is the day we're actually in. Or about to begin, right? The 7th, right? Now, there's a millennial reign. Then Satan is released from the bottomless pit for how long, right? 10 days? 2 days? 3 days? Where does John tell you how long the tribulation period is? How long? 10 days. 10 days. What is a day to the Lord? A year? And 1,000 years. So that's 1 day. 2 days will be 2 days, 2 years, and 2,000 years. Why? The third day will be what? 3 days, 3,000 years, and 30 years. Right? Or whatever, 3 years, right? See where I'm going with this? Right. Each time, right, you have another day, you got to add another day, another year, another, because of time differences, right? And time factors that you don't understand with God, right? God's mercy endures forever. The one we're sitting with He only sins for a season. It's called the 10 days of tribulation. So when did we fall? How many thousands of years ago? 6. What day did we fall on? The 7th, right? Now, when you have a week, right, and you're sin on the 7th day and live 930 years, and you die in the day you ate thereafter. How long was the 7th day? 1,000 years, right? You can also glean they sin within 70 years of the 7th day when they sin their sin, right? Maybe 77? I don't know, right? Somewhere around there, though, right? 77, 77, 77, 77. So, 777, 93, 11. What does that mean? The number of perfection, though, is 7, right? Because 1 is in the middle and 3 on each other side, right? 5 is a work week minus 1, right? 7 is your day of rest from worship or from several work church. So just rest on that night, right? Now, if I got to pick up my cup, Jesus, don't stone me, please, to get me a drink of water. If I have to pick up my, food tray, or put my food to my mouth, that's not a work. See, serval means what kind of work? Laborious, right? Picking up a few sticks ain't what Moses means. I know. Do you get his sarcasm now? I know. What he's showing you is tyranny. I know. With the rules. I know. How not to be tyrannical. By showing you tyranny in the law. Or taking the law too far. Even with gay people, do you stone both the man and the woman, right? Or, the man and the man, right? Simply for having sex with another man, right? And call it an abomination, right? Which means you're judging them, right? See, again, the people in Sodom and Gomorrah got upset when they were being judged, but the thing is, the strangers have a choice too. They didn't go to Sodom and Gomorrah because they wanted to know men. Or the men of the city, right? And they didn't mean let us be introduced to them in a nice way. They meant we want to yada them. Yada don't mean simply meet you, right? It has a sexual connotation, right? In fact, the only other place you see the word used in Genesis 3 is when this woman is being raped by a group of gay men. And they also could have done the butt. Right. But is that the sin there? The sex itself? Did the woman want the sex? No. But they put her out there anyway, right? Was that right? No. Who did right that? Was it? Nobody. Not even the Levite, in offering them the concubine, did perfectly that day. She didn't want to be abused all night till morning, right? No. But why did they anyway? Because it was more honorable for them to sleep with a woman than a man. Now, if you are naturally attracted to one another in a different way, I understand that. But you can't, again, right, tell me every male is going to feel that way or not, right? Because I also heard usually that's associated with pedophilia. That you go that way. And like they're saying, a child, that's not on you, right? Don't know about sex with an adult. The adult does know about sex. The child does not. It's innocent. Now, does that mean, though, it's the child's fault? No, it's the adult's fault. Right. And they corrupt the child. Now, I ask your aid for a reason. You can't lie to me. I know you're lying. But I forgive you. Right. Because I'm supposed to. Right. Forgive you. Right. Now, if I get raped myself, right, and I say no, right, that's all you gotta say, right? If I don't remember the rape, you black me out, right? That's not consent, right? Now, if I want to be with someone and someone wants to be with me and you black me out, that's attempted murder, right? You're not supposed to do that either, right? But to be saved from you, because I know that's not my God, right? That's Satan, right? I have to forgive you and Satan for your sins, right? So God will forgive me mine when I want to find me a wife, right? Because I don't know who I'm supposed to marry either. That's what I keep telling you. You don't know from one day to another who you're supposed to be with, right? But choices are made every day. Now, I make videos, I watch martial arts videos, but I'm also disabled, right? So you're still not understanding. All I'm doing is things I used to do as a kid, right? It's not a crime to watch self-defense videos, by the way. Whether you can do the techniques or not, right? All they are. So, what's the deal now? You think I'm trying to beat your ass? Excuse my French there, right? Or butt? Or challenging you to a duel? Right? Those are also archaic, evil male conceptions of honor. Or you offended me, so I get to kill you, right? No, you do not get to kill me. Pride can be good or bad. Now, you could be proud of your accomplishments if they're positive accomplishments, right? If you win a medal, right, and you're doing something good to get that medal, that's not the problem. You can be proud you got that achievement, right? But what you can't be proud in is if you do something illegal. Even if the law will cover you too. Right? See, right doesn't change, nor does wrong change, right? But what God means is it understands both the good and bad we do to each other and why. All that could have happened with Jesus is he died to cover our sins. While we were yet sinning, Christ died for us, right? To try to cover those sins, right? but it don't fully, right, excuses it, right? Either. That's the catch-22, right? So if you do me wrong, my duty isn't to let you off the hook. It's to report you to the police because you can do this to others, and I'm to try to stop you too. God didn't say that, so you can get away with it. Forgiveness ain't about you, but your victim, right? Moving on from what happened, right? As Joyce Myers did, though her father raped her. She didn't forgive him because he didn't do her wrong. He didn't go to jail for it either, right? Though he should have, in my opinion, but he didn't, right? Because she let the statutes of limitations run out, I guess, right? Not knowing, right, about all that either, probably, right? But there again, right, her father also has to endure the fact that we now know what kind of man he was, right? But hopefully, as all sinners, he repented before he died, right? And she said he did, right? So though he was evil in her childhood, he became a better man as he himself realized what he did was wrong. And you can't change the past, right, between him and his daughter, right? But what he can do is know why that was wrong, right? And never do it again, right? To any child, right? No man, right, has that right initially unless the devil gives it to you, right? Through a life. And he's good at that. But is God evil because the devil is teaching us the knowledge of good and evil? No. God's love is on the devil while he's sinning too. That's the problem, right? The devil knows this, right? He's trying to get you to blame God for what he's doing, right? And you're doing with him, right? I got the call today. Didn't want to hear, but I knew that it would come. Like Don Henley's song, right? Forgiveness, forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore. And I don't know who loves me or who hates me anymore. But I know who does. Always God. Even when you let me down, God don't. And I'm trying to teach you that too. It's not God letting us down. We let ourselves down when we listen to the voice of the devil and do each other wrong. We all know this. We all know when we're being good to someone or bad. It's obvious. But you can't choose one. Nor can one choose you if people are interfering. Right? That's the point. Right? And if I'm with more than one, I don't know. Right? Or if I'm with one, I don't know. Right? Or no one, I don't know. Right? Why don't I know? Right? I knew 17 women, right? Don't know if I got them all pregnant, but I was with them in the husbandly sense of the word, right? Knew. Though I did not know if I got them pregnant or not, right? Though it'd be odd to get all 17 pregnant, but not impossible. Either. They're coming on to me, I told you that, right? Right. Their boyfriend or husband is trying to pressure them when they just had a baby with them or something. And they don't want Biggie anymore. They want Little man. Tape. Sometimes bigger ain't better. As long as you're big enough. And ramming something home ain't always the best idea. Especially if you just want to get your pleasure and not please her. That's just advice, man. Right. What you do with that advice, like Steve Harvey said, is up to you, right? But you notice his wife is still with him. Where's your girlfriend? Not sneaking to my house, is she? I'm not telling her to. No, you're not. I'm telling her to stay home with you, right? Leave me alone. I don't want to get in that mess. He might try to kill me. I know that. I know men like him. And if he knocks on the door, I have to open it for him as well as you, right? Right. Or again, right. He knocks on the door while you're still here, and then it turns into a Donnybrook, right? And I still don't know I was with you, and you know I. But like I said, I'm not choosing. You are not choosing me either. I don't know. I'm not making it up. Right? Like I said, right? Even from Molly to Molly, right? I don't know her, right? But Molly, I did know her. I know. So like I said, every woman's sexy in her own way, even Molly Cyrus, right? But she's prettier than Molly by far, right? But you don't think Molly has a problem with Liam and her family. And they're shooting a film in Georgia where the age of consent is 16, by the way. And I know that, and I'm saying, well, I would want to marry her too. But I can't because you don't know me, right? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Because I don't. I didn't go around there. I'm dealing with Molly, not Molly. Still not aware of her, right? You know what I mean? Right? Only she can know something about it, right? And like I'm telling you, I'll let her be on top if it's her first time. I don't know. Right. But I still don't know. I still don't know. I'm not saying that. I don't know that. No memory of her, right? In my spirit, all right, or circles, or though only she knows, right? And I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not worried about it. And who wouldn't want to date her, right? Who would? Is she so bad now you hate her guts? Right? Well, I hear bad comments on her, right? But she's just expressing no worse than Jim Morrison her artistic interpretation of how she's being treated, right, by the world. But we all can do that, can't we? No. Or you don't want to handle it. I know that too. Okay, I hope that helps.